Look, Erskine gave me the opportunity to serve, and it has prepared me for service. And look, and when I think and I reflect on my experience with Erskine, the first thought that comes to mind is that you don't know what you don't know. And as I entered Erskine and became exposed to all of the great professors, I absorbed and I took in a tremendous amount. I mean, it was just tremendous. And specifically, and I could still to this day remember Dr. George Schwab saying, meditate on the text, meditate on the text. Learning how to interpret scripture was one of the biggest things, was one of the biggest gives, one of the biggest takeaways for me. And so whenever I prepare a sermon and whenever I prepare to teach, I go through this process that I learned at Erskine, and I've continued that discipline to this day. And it's been a game changer for me. In addition to that, just sermon prep, organizing a sermon, and understanding the big idea of a sermon before that sermon is delivered is just, I still remember, what's the big idea before I deliver that sermon? What is the big idea of this sermon, so that I know the people sitting in front of me that I'm feeding, that they're going to walk away with a great meal with good nutrition, because it's critical. And so as a result of that, I feel like I've walked away from Erskine fully equipped for service. And look, there are other great professors. When I think about Dr. Lloyd Melton, and look, I describe him, and I'm often, people ask me to reflect on my experience at Erskine, and he's one of the persons that I typically talk about. And I say it's almost like he walked behind the disciples during Jesus' time. It really is. He is just, I still remember 10 years ago watching him give the story of the prodigal son, and I was watching it online, and it was just riveting. And so Dr. Milton, Dr. Tony Parks, Dr. Leslie Holmes, Dr. R.J. Gore, all of those guys, and there are others, that it was just a tremendous experience and equipping me. And then even as I evolved from the MDiv program and went into dissertation work for my DMin, that experience in itself, the research element of it. I'm a business person as well. So that experience not only broadened my horizons from a theologian's perspective, but it also has helped me from a business perspective. In other words, when I go after truth, where I am in my profession, that research and how I do research as I communicate truth becomes critical. And so I consider it just second. I think that the professors, the experience, the whole process is probably one of the best in the world. I really do. So I've walked away equipped, more confident to serve. And I think about Matthew 28, that where Jesus said, "Go and make disciples." And I feel that I am very much more equipped to make disciples as I do kingdom work. My love for Erskine is so great that I was asked to serve on the board, and I accepted the opportunity. I really was excited to be asked to serve Erskine in this way. The institution that has given so much to me, I now can give back to it by serving on the board. And I do it with great pride. And as I work alongside the men and women who make up that great board that we have.